Hey everybody, what's going on? Byron Harold here with Muscle Mechanics, and this is our second follow along video, and we'll be going over the wrist and elbow. Okay, we're gonna get some good mobility, we're gonna warm up the tissues, make some change to the tissues, and then lengthen out to some good mobility stretches to give you the full relief you need from those achy wrists if you type a lot, and from those achy elbows if you type a lot or work out a lot, or really just in general, great for everybody to have awesome moving joints regardless what you do in your life. So the first move we're going to do is go ahead and take both hands and just going to bring them in together like so. And then you're going to slowly start rotating them, just slowly rotating. You're really not gripping super hard. You're just slight insertion there and then slowly start rotating. And as we go to start rotating, whatever, I'm going counterclockwise right now. You can start in clockwise, whatever it may be. Do you want to be stiff in the rest of your body? So you're just like all in here? No, you can move with it. You know, you don't want to be stiff. Get a little bounce in the knees. And here we go. And then we're going to change direction there. And continue to be nice and smooth. The more smooth you are, less compressive and less tight, the better the rotation is going to continue to move for you. Okay, and then we're going to be doing figure eights. Figure eights. Left and into the right, and left and into the right. You'll notice how I'm swinging with this because I'm not trying to be rigid. I'm going with the movements of my wrist. Okay, and then I'll speed it up and then change direction. Change direction again. Then it's going to go back and forth, left and right. And during this duration, if you feel any resistance, then take note on that, and that's where we're going to apply our lacrosse ball to make some change. Going into the next piece, hands flat, we're going to take these, we'll start with our left hand first. Take these 4 fingers, and then we're going to move up and down. Flex all the way back and then all the way in. Wherever you feel most resisted, take note of that. We're going to take the opposite hand and assist with that stretch. Just fine-tuning how much stretch we got. And then coming back the other direction. Make sure you're pressing this hand on top of the bulk or piece of the hand here, not the fingers, so we can control that stretch coming down. And then here it's a little different. You can press on the little beginning parts of the fingers there to get that good stretch into the wrist. And then we're going to add a little motion into it, bending the elbow. So as I press down, I'll push out just before locking out the elbow, and then bringing back the fingers a little bit more, and then bending my elbow as I come down, and then recycling through that motion. Excellent. Now we're going to switch hands. Again, figuring out my range. And then applying my tension. Excellent, and then cycle through the motion. And on this one, as you go into the movement, you're pulling back on the fingers, extending the elbow with a little extra more oomph on the fingers being pulled back, then bending the elbow and then recycling through that motion. So now that we've warmed up the tissues, we're going to make some change to the tissues to get everything to let go from any of the adhesions that may be restricting our full range. All right? And we'll be going with the lacrosse ball. So I took note where I was most tight during that movement, and we're going to start off with in the palm, and then we're going to go into the forearm. Okay? On the palm, just simply going to place my hand onto the ball, where all through here, where the bulk of the muscle lies, and we're going to be just simply find out where I'm really tight. Just doing small circles as I go into here, and I'm going to be compressed. I'm just going to compress into it, really push into it to break down any adhesion that may lay in there, and kind of rock back and forth on that on whatever's really, really tight and feels like deeply fibrotic, meaning there's a really big adhesion in there. It just doesn't want to let go. Kind of just get in there, and what we're doing here is a cross fiber friction. We're just going across the fibers of the muscles and breaking it down so we can let go of that adhesion and free up your movement. Close my hand down, press into it, and then open. Just going to press into that and then open up my thumb. Press into it, open up my thumb. So I'm pressing the ball into this big area here of my thumb that meets the palm, pressing into it with good force, amount of force, something that I can withstand, and then I'm just opening up. Okay, after doing that, I'll do this side, pressing down into it, and then opening up my pinky finger. Also going on to the side of the ball, I'll hold the ball in place and I'll just rock my hand left and right. You'll see that this part of the muscle rolls over the ball left and right. If there's any adhesion that's in there and thick, you can just left and right rock so you cross fiber friction on that and break up anything that may be restricting that pinky from operating. Excellent. From there, we're going to go on to the back side of the forearm. Just press down. Find out where I'm most tight. Place my arm in front, and then place the ball right into that hot spot. I'll take my hand, push down so I can have more authority and control. It looks like this on the side. You could even put it in front of you on the side version. And so that you can see, I'll remain in this position. So we're just going to simply control the ball with this hand, pressing into it, and just rocking back and forth with my wrist. Then I'll move up closer to the elbow and repeat that step. I'm leaning into it so I can control how much pressure I'm applying. And I'll do maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 to even 15 motions with the wrist. And then come down. And relax, you shake it out. Do both sides. And then we'll also go on to the front side of the wrist. So we're in the forearm here, find the bulkier part of the muscle, which is right through here, and then we'll press down into it. Grip it, press into it, and then do those same wrist motions. On this side, you can even rock left and right. Again, I'm controlling how much pressure I have into it with stabilizing the opposite hand. Cycle between both of those 10 to 15 times. All right, so we're moving on to the next part, and that's going to go up into the lower region of the triceps, where the elbow meets the triceps, really. And I know we get nice and tight in there, all right? And whether you're just working out a lot, driving a lot, commuting a lot, everyone I know can relate to having some tension just in this elbow region where the triceps meet the elbow. And it gets nice and fibrotic in there, nice and dense and tight, and it kind of restricts the range of motion for your elbow to work at its best. So we're going to simply take your lacrosse ball, grip it with the thumb and pointer finger, and just keep it in place right there. You're going to keep it right in place, and you're going to take your elbow itself just where the triceps start to attach, usually where it's real sensitive, and you're going to press into there and then extend the arm and lean into it with your body. You're going to use your body weight to lean into it, and you'll feel where that hot spot lies, and you're just going to rotate the thumb over, back and forth, kind of doing a cross friction move to break up any adhesion that is laying in that lower region of the triceps that's restricting that range of motion of your elbow. And then we'll move up. Start from the start position again. And then come down and rotate. If you feel it's better, you can definitely rock left and right. And then extend and rotate. We'll go ahead and do that. Now you can hit the clock 2 minutes or do anything from 15 to maybe 20 reps. Well, 1 rep will be start here, extend, rotate, rock left and right in the extension, and you can rock left and right with the elbow bent. That'd be 1 round. Do anywhere from 15 to 20 of those or 2 minutes of repetitive motion going through that for that 2-minute duration. And then you'll do the left side as well. All right, everybody, so that concludes mobility follow-along video number 2 for the wrist and elbow, okay? We got up in there, we warmed up the tissues, and then we made some change to the adhesions that may be restricting those muscles from performing, which thus creates decreased range of motion. So we definitely went in there, made some change to that adhesion, and then increased our range of motion from the wrist to the elbow. Hope you had a great time. Any questions, do respond back, give me any feedback you need so we can make this video better for you. And as always, stay hydrated, stretch daily, stay tuned in.